Hi, travelers! Surprise, surprise! I'm back. I had to stop doing what I was doing, and I'm back. So this will be the second open reading. So you get two today. But I was so intrigued by that spread that I posted, where it looks as though someone's trying to make a decision about either joining a group or leaving a group, but also there looks like somebody wants to move. Um, that I had to do. I don't know how many readings I've done in between now and then, but um, I was rather intrigued by the story because I didn't feel as though it was telling me everything that I needed to know. So I decided to open the Hermetic Tarot, and I do have two repeater cards, if I can remember correctly. I typically don't remember the spreads once I've done them, so I think there was an eight of coins and it ended with the two of swords. And right here, where the two of swords was, this is where the high priestess. And if I'm not mistaken, I remember saying that it might be that there's someone who may hold the key to whatever's going on. I think it looked like a lover or something. I'm not exactly sure. But this is what I got. The cards are the eight of coins, the king of pentacles, the Four of Wands. Okay, and again, that's the home card. Okay. I have the Sun card. I love that card. The Two of Wands. And again, there's two twos here. And it ends with the two. Um, I have the Empress. Can you see her? Okay. I have the King of Swords. So there's two kings here. The Ten of Cups. Okay. And then the Two of Swords. And this ends with the Two of Pentacles. So again, we have the three twos. Now this, what I'm picking up from this is that right in the center, I have the Two of Wands. So we're speaking about a choice here. We're speaking about someone who is trying to, they've got options. And been presented with perhaps two choices. And we saw that play out in the first reading. And the high priestess kind of ended with saying, that in a way, there was no way to know, which choice was going to be made. The answer is unknown. And we saw that someone was struggling with trying to get in touch with their intuition. Well, the card has shown up again, the Two of Swords here. But this time, what I'm picking up is that hermit that was up here, and interestingly, that hermit sits where this Four of Wands, the home card, was. And in the center, remember, we had the Ten of Pentacles, the home, the thing built up. The Eight of Coins, again, steps out to say to us, because it leads out, it tells us that this is someone who's been working on something, and they've been doing it for a long, long time, and they're about to master whatever this is. Now, I'm reading at that Eight of coins now as some type of lesson that's coming about. Okay. And here we have the King of Pentacles. Now, this could be, I'm not going to say this is only an earth sign male and this is only an air sign male. This could be someone who has the qualities of the King of Pentacles. Someone who, looks after the material side of life. Okay. Someone who provides, who works really hard, who does those things. Then we have this King of Swords here, who's someone who's full of ideas. Now, I do feel that this is masculine energy. I will tell you that much. And I feel that because this King of Pentacles sits in the center at the top of the spread, that this is mostly about this particular person. Okay. And this is someone who is really trying to, I think, is working very, very hard to bring some type of stability surrounding his home or his family. Okay. But then the Sun card comes in. And what's interesting to me about the Sun card, and it's in the Marseille deck and in this deck, and the other, in the Rider-Waite deck, the Sun card is simply a baby on the back of a horse. Well, this one presents two figures. Can you see that? And I have often wondered when I'm looking at the Marseille deck, when the card comes up, they look like twins. But we know that the Sun represents vitality, life force, positivity, growth, expansion. But then I have those two kids, or what I consider to be twins. And here it's kind of the same thing. They look like two people. They look like twins. And I'm picking up in a sense that this is, I think, whenever I see two kings come together, and this is definitely not about love, okay? It speaks to me that this is either two brothers, two siblings, they could be twins, okay? And if they're not related, then what the Ten of Cups tells me is that it is like a family relationship. Maybe this is like a brother. They have good feeling built up between the two of them. It's a Ten of Cups, okay? And what I'm picking up is that here with the Two of Wands, I think one of these kings has come up with an idea. And I'm going to say it's this Prince of the Chariots of the Winds, this King of Swords. And I think these two people are coming together. This is like a meeting or a collaboration of some sort. And the Empress has come in, the abundance. This is a project being birthed. It's a start of something new. And I think that one of them may have the financial means, but the other one has the ideas. Now, what's interesting is that both of these kings are attached to this Ten of Cups. And this could be an indication that this is something perhaps that the two of them have been brewing up together for quite a long time. But for whatever reason, maybe it hasn't been able to come about. Well, now here in the center, the Sun, the Two of Wands, and the Empress says that the time has come now. And I think that the Two of Swords is speaking to not quite having all of the information that they need to go ahead with this. But definitely the Two Wands, the desire is there. The Two Swords, not all the information has come in, but, you know, their thoughts on it. Maybe there's something about and it reads like it might be a business deal, some type of new type of business venture coming into play. And the two coins. So maybe they don't have just the money. They haven't been able to figure out how to utilize the money, or maybe they're thinking that there might be a risk here. There's something that they're not sure about in terms of this Two of Swords. What I get down the center is that this is definitely an option for, it's going to bring extreme emotional contentment here. It speaks like it's something that's really close to the hearts of these two kings. This Eight of Coins says to me that they're still working on it. They're mastering, they're working on it together, because it's attached to the two kings as well. The Empress, remember I was talking about Venus, and Venus comes in and you know, brings the income, the wealth, the love, the beauty, the money. And whatever this thing is, I keep hearing the phrase, it's a thing of beauty, or it's going to be beautiful. So I don't know if that means anything to anybody out there. This King of Swords here, he goes from a 4 to a 2 of Wands. So whatever this thing is, whatever the investment is, and I do feel it's some type of investment, if not money, time, ideas, all three, energy spent, it's going to cost him a bit in terms of his home life. But I feel that with this 10 of Cups here, that this king will be able to make that up. This really reads like it's two siblings, two brothers, two very close friends or good friends. And maybe that goes back to the idea that someone is leaving a group of people that they've been with for a long time, and they're moving towards a new partnership. I'm surprised that Two of Cups didn't come out. They're moving towards a new partnership with this other king. But this other king is someone that they know and that they trust. And maybe this king of swords here, because this is in the past row, has been developing whatever it is with his idea, and he's finally figured out how to actually bring it into the practical being. There's the Sun card. Okay. But there are just a few more things that need to be worked out. There's some choices and decisions that need to be made before this goes forward. Now, the Two of Pentacles, this brings Cattern and Capricorn. I've been up since 2:30 this morning. Cattern and Capricorn. It's Capricorn and Saturn, and this is a Saturn transit that we've got going on. This could actually be for me speaking to this King of Pentacles here. Again, if he's not a Capricorn or an Earth sign male, then he is someone who holds those qualities. What this also reads like is that this person is able to bring people together. He has he's able to marshal people's willpower and bring people together, and kind of get them to do what he wants. He leads by I think this person, gentle leader is not really the word, but someone who is extremely cognizant of other people's emotions. He knows how to speak with people to get them to do what he wants them to do. That's coming up. Now, I have 12 pentacles sitting above this high priestess. And this is literally, I think, this opportunity is an opportunity for someone to arise from their ashes. Okay? So this could even be a Scorpion male. I don't know. This is also a transformation, going to be a transformation for this King of Swords here in some way. And I say that because there's a butterfly here. But you see his third eye chakra is open. See the star there on his forehead? And both of them are wearing crowns with 12 points. So for some reason, I think the number 12 is significant. That's what I'm picking up. The number 12 is going to be highly, highly significant. I don't know if that means anything. I don't. Maybe it's the 12th draft. Maybe it's 12 other people. Maybe this is a new group that, a new project that eventually it's going to require more people, and the final outcome of that number is going to be 12. Maybe it speaks to a whole year, that maybe they've been working on this a whole year, or it really doesn't come into fruition until another year. But they're definitely working something out. Here, it's a new opportunity. Now, I wish I knew why I'm getting this Two of Swords, because the last reading, the overall energy was the Two of Swords. And then there's another Two of Swords here. But this doesn't read like the other one that dealt with feeling like someone was lying to them or deceiving them in some way, shape, or form. Well, I'm not getting that with this. These two people know each other and they trust each other. I do feel they're connected some way. If they are not family members, then they are like family. Someone who's been around, a good friend who's been around for a long, long time. They are both riding chariots. And so this can mean to me, in one respect, it means that perhaps there will be travel. They are traveling to see each other, or they're traveling together in order to work this out. Maybe they're traveling between cities. I have little gnomes here at the bottom of the base of the King of Chariots. That's an earth. Gnomes bring messages from the earth. So even though this guy's got a lot of ideas, this King of Swords, he's also a pretty well-grounded person. Um, because air energy can sometimes be very, very tricky. Um, they both are willing to, I think, move ahead. One, of course, a little bit faster than the other. Um, it's interesting because the two chariots are meeting each other. Okay. And to me, it's indicative of two people arriving in the same place. Now, I don't know if this means that maybe they both move, or maybe one moves to be with the other, but I keep getting they both arrive at the same place. And I think this could be in a literal sense and also in a figurative. I can't talk. I'm so tired, people. Figuratively speaking, that they arrive at the same place. But, you know, becoming a king has it requires that you're able to marshal your willpower, your thoughts, your emotions, and have the drive to move. That's how they become kings. They've got all of it, and they know how to use it. Um, I think this King of Pentacles is going to be the one who's going to actually put the thing together in the physical sense. This guy, it has the idea of how to put it together. Um, I think together they make a formidable pair. Um, I think there may have been some point where, I don't know if this King of Swords has either knocked somebody out of the project and now it's just the two of them. That perhaps could be why the number two is being repeated here. Um, because I have a figure here that's upside down and literally almost been rolled over by that chariot there. Okay. And that's the King of Swords. Once he's got something in his head, he will mow you down. Um, because he's not going to allow his feelings to dictate logically what he knows he or she should be doing. Now, this could be, but interestingly, there's that bull, and the bull can do the same thing. You just might get hurt getting run over by the chariot, but you can get killed with the bull. So he'll trample you. So these are two people who, if coming from their negative aspects, really, really want something, they will mow you down to get it. It's all about drive. And that's what I'm getting, that there's, and with the sun, and these two fire cards here, it really speaks to some kind of momentum being built up. And in a way, it's brought through the energy of Venus. But Venus, it reads like it's a new way. It's a new way of life coming into being. It's a new phase of life coming into being, that whatever this thing is, once it manifests itself fully, and it is going to manifest, I don't, that, of course, there may be issues and problems along the way, but I feel these two kings are very, very determined, and I feel that they're going to, they're willing to risk this Eight of Coins and this Four of Wands, with the overall energy being a two. So this is about someone who two people who are willing to risk everything that they put in before. They worked long and hard on it. And they already have some stability, both of them, but they're willing to risk what it is. This is what the Two of Wands says. To me, that's like a risk. They're grabbing hold of something, some ideas. They're joining together their two wills and their passion. And they are going to take those two wands and they're going to beat whatever this thing is into submission. And it kind of reads like, you know, I there's something that I'm missing here. Neptune retrograde. Neptune goes direct on the 19th. So I feel that there's a time, and maybe that's why we have the twos here, that not everything's in place. Neptune Neptune direct, November 19th. So if there's somebody out there who recognizes this situation or knows these guys are going to be older men, establishment, they're kings. They are not pages, they are not knights. So this is going to be someone in their, most cards say that kings start around 30. I like to push it up to around 40, 35, 40, around 40, 40 to 50. So these are going to be older guys. They're going to be accomplished guys in their own right. I think they're going to make a hell of a team. And, you know, the two of, you're never going to believe what's underneath there. This Two of Pentacles, it's surrounded with the Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself. So this is also not only a new financial endeavor, but this is someone who's, I guess, taking, these two guys are taking whatever karma they have accrued. We see that it's cyclical, and that kind of looks like the infinity symbol turned sideways. You see that? So this is something coming back around again, is what I get. It is coming back around because the what do you call it? It's divine timing. It's time now. It is related to this Neptune going direct. These two cards together, look, and guess who's shown up? The High Priestess. There she is again. So it kind of reads like, perhaps for one of these kings, or maybe even both of these kings, it's a very, very important female that really holds the key to this. I keep saying that. And I can't bring up how or what this woman may know. She knows something, but she's not saying it. But I think she's the key. And it's interesting because typically sometimes in situations like this and during a Venus transit, it will bring about an important woman, one who can be very, very beneficial to you, your cause, who is going to help you tremendously. And what this tells me is that this woman either has not presented herself, or she's kind of already in the picture, but not fully in the picture. But she's also someone who has some kind of knowledge, I think, that's going to help move this forward. Now, I don't know how that means or what that means. And I keep getting in a sense that it's been tried before, like many times, like maybe it's come about, you know, like maybe this idea has been, you know, they've been tossing it back around. Why? Because it kind of mimics the idea of the infinity symbol, okay, turned on its side there. This also speaks to the sun in Virgo. So it looks like this may have really gotten some legs, perhaps, or started to get some legs in September. This could have to do with the eclipse energy. Again, it's borne up by the sun. So it might have been the first solar, I think it was a solar eclipse, the first one, the first eclipse in September. the moon and Neptune. So in a way, it's some kind of thing coming alive through the eclipse energies, but also being supported by Venus and the sun and divine timing. And I do feel that once Neptune stations direct, that this energy is going to disappear. And to me, this is the start of the project. And this may be when this high priestess female will be called upon to help. Okay, so that's what I have for you. I was just kind of curious as to, because they were telling me some kind of strange story and I couldn't quite figure out what they were trying to tell me in the, what do you call it? The Rider-Waite deck. So, okay, that's it. I hope for those of you who were confused by that first reading, that this one kind of helps you out a little bit. Whomever these people are, I'm excited for you, and I wish you really all of the luck, best of luck to you. And just know that any setbacks that are along the way are just that. You're being carried forward on this energy. You know, and if there's somebody around who can help you in whatever way that is, and maybe that's why she shows up as the high priestess, maybe you don't know how she's going to be able to help you, but just know that I think that high priestess energy just says that there's somebody there who might hold a key for you. So, you know, keep your eyes open for that, with showing up with the Empress. This is, it's like the high priestess is the key to the abundance, if that makes any sense. Even though the high priestess says, well, it's unknown right now, but it's sort of like it's telling me that there's a female maybe that you don't know can help you, who will be willing to help you and is going to help you, and she knows stuff that's going to help you. So keep your eye open for that right there. Do use your intuition going through this. I don't feel that between these two kings that there's really anything to worry about. That Ten of Cups tells me that they have known each other a long time. They feel comfortable with each other. There's extreme emotional contentment between the two. There is no strife, no fighting between the two. And I do not feel that there's any energy of someone being deceptive. Nevertheless, if this plays out into, let's say, December, the cards, we don't know. Know that there's a Mercury retrograde coming up in December, so there could be some setbacks. So if you recognize this and you're going through this, try to get in place what you can now. And then if it goes into December, you know, Mercury goes retrograde for 6 weeks. So this will be all the way till probably the end of December, January into February, the first week of February. So use that time of the Mercury retrograde to solidify anything, tweak anything that you need to do, rework it, revise it, revamp it, review it, whatever the reward is that you can do that. Because I do feel that whatever this thing is, it's coming about because it's going to offer a brand new, I can't even tell you a brand new what, but the feeling around it is that it's really going to be something brand new in many, many, many ways. Okay, so that's it. I hope that message helped. And until next time, namaste.